going to remove this. Okay. Hi, everyone. So, a couple of weeks ago, it was a Tuesday. My husband was home late and he didn't unload the dishwasher. So, we decided that it's his duty, you see. So, I was like, okay, he has good reasons. It's fine. Let me do it. Then that same thing happened the next day. Then the next day. And then by Friday, you can imagine there was this pressure building up in me to like say something. Hey, what's going on? Like, I have to say something. And then I had 5 options. So I could go to the root cause and protest against Amazon's return to office policy. They're causing all this traffic in Seattle. Or even broader root cause is Seattle's roads itself. So I can just, try to fix those. But let's be honest, right? I'm just being delusional. I can just take the easy way out and throw a tantrum at him, just get it done somehow. Or I can make passive aggressive jokes. And a fairer option would be to just, have a conversation. So which one do you think I should choose? Okay, 5, protest. That's a good one. But if you said 5, you sound just like my best friend. I have to introduce her to you. So she's always there with me through thick and thin, okay? And she constantly gives me advice, and we even stay up late at night chatting. She's the best friend ever. And I call her the should monster. So she tells me what I should do, what my husband should do, what everybody around me should do. She even tells me what Biden should do. And you know what? The thing is, her advice is mostly on point. Maybe except in like US presidential matters. But she has constant advice for me all the time. She tells me I should wake up at 4 a.m. I should, take cold showers. And she tells me, well, if you want more success in your career, you got to hustle a little bit. Stay up 1 more hour answering those emails in the evening. And sometimes she has contradictory advice for me. She says, spend more time outdoors and enjoy the beautiful Seattle weather. But then she also says, you also want success, right? So spend a little more time working, because bias to action is the secret to success, right? And then she has all these ideas about how feedback should be given, how feedback shouldn't be given, what my clients should do given their problems. So all kinds of advice. And she's somewhat like well-meaning aunties back in India. Like the American equivalent would be, I don't know, like Uncle Harry at weddings who gives dating advice. You have to tell me, okay? So the advice is really good, like on point, no doubt about that. But it's just so much pressure, so much pressure. She makes me like work so hard and then take on things that sign up for more things than I can handle. Because I should be Michelle Obama, like exuberant like her, and helping people and saving the world like her. So you can imagine that leads to so much overwhelm and then revenge procrastination. Have you heard about that term? Like when somebody says you should, I go like, I don't wanna. So that happens to me. Anybody else? No? So all this, I skipped over a little bit. But my point here is, if you're thinking about, hey, Monica, you should just, relax. You're putting too much pressure on yourself. That should that you have, that's coming from your should monster. Like we all have one. I'll make a bold assertion, and then let's do like a small experiment, okay? So let's uncover this should monster in your work. For this experiment to work, you have to go like really quiet and listen in. Okay? I'm going to give you a statement and then you fill in the blank and see what thought comes up first. So the first one is rich people should. Did you have some thoughts come up? That's your should monster. For me, it was rich people should pay more taxes, save for next generation, and not have anything to worry about because they have so much money. Like, why? Where is that coming from? Some childhood or youth ideas, right? So let's make that more workplace kind of examples. Think about the last time you had a conversation with your manager or your report. Maybe they gave you feedback. Okay, bring to mind that situation. Now fill in this blank. My manager should. Did you hear it? Did you hear the should monster's voice? So we have all these ideas coming in from the should monster. My report should, feedback should be, I should wake up at. This is like there is this constant loop running all the time. It just weighs heavy on you so much. It drags you down. It's like a dark cloud over your head. And the problem is, you might think that, okay, what's the problem with all of this? It makes me come up with so much internal motivation, and I can get all the things on my list done. That I find peace in that. Then you need to understand that the should monster creates three big problems. And these problems are directly related to your blind spots that prevent you from scaling yourself. This one, like the I should already be, is the biggest should that high performers face. In so many conversations that I have with my clients, this is the biggest one. We think that I should already be somewhere. And like no matter what we are doing, right? Just this idea, just this should knocking us inside puts so much pressure, takes away all the space in our head. Okay, so about three big problems. So the first problem is that should monster has one strategy for success: hope. So I wait for circumstances to change, and I wait for people to change around me, and I wait for myself to change around me so that everything can be perfect one day. It's like, think of a conversation. Think of a conversation that you might want to have with somebody. So it acts something like this, right? I'll just have this conversation and they will change. And then, well, I had the conversation. So if they change, okay, great. If they do not, then I gave the warning. So you see how this strategy is flawed. It makes us, give up action prematurely. All the required things that we need to do, we kind of stop those because as soon as we get hope about how things will change and then I'll get success, we stop doing. Then big problem number 2, perpetually stuckly angry. So should monster keeps us in this low grade anger at everyone and everything. Like, why me? Why can't they just do that? Or why can't I just wake up at 4 a.m. and just do my writing and then I'll be at flow? Like, if I am not, So basically, if I'm not able to resist that chocolate cake that I keep having, I act out of anger at myself and just ban chocolate cake from my house instead of compassionately examining what makes me actually go for that chocolate cake in that moment. And then problem number 3 is that we lose commitments. Should Monster covers it up completely. So when you took up this leadership journey that you might have taken it up because you had a deeper urge. Maybe you wanted to build a cool product. Maybe you had these people skills that you wanted to uh, put to use. You might want to empower people or empower yourself. So you stand for certain commitment. You stand for transformation. You stand for innovation. But the should monster, somewhere along the way, the should monster comes up, morphs it into what you should do, what others should do, and how life should turn out. So you see how all these problems make you not scale yourself, because imagine if you are able to build trust in others and build relationships, you will be able to scale when you don't put your should monsters, impositions, and obligations on others. So to tackle the should monster, we'll have to do 3 things. First is expose it. But it's very super sneaky. It doesn't occur to us as something separate from our own thoughts or our own mind. So first we need to expose it with these 3 questions. How should life turn out? What should they do? What should I do? What this does is bring the should monster out from under the bed. And then you challenge it. Why? You probably know the five whys framework, right? This is the 6th why. This why does not have an answer. One of my teachers says, if you're asking a why and then you get an answer, that's not the right one. Ask again. Like, who says that I should wake up and be in a deep flow state every day? But then I'm putting that pressure on myself every day, and I'm beating myself and beating others up around me so that they can meet my standards and I can meet my standards. Totally not speaking from my experience, by the way. Huh? Then get connected to your commitment. What do I stand for? What do I want? And sometimes this can look like this might be the first question that you want to ask. But if you do that without going through the first 4 questions, you'll be a rebel without cause. So you can say something like, well, this management chain frustrates me, and I don't want to deal with this, so I'm going to leave the team. But the thing is, you can leave people, you can leave situations, you can leave relationships, but you cannot leave your should monster. Wherever you go, it will follow you and create the same dynamics and train people to interact with you in those certain ways that it has done before. That is why it's important to go through the first 4 questions and then ask, what do I stand for? And get really connected to your commitment. So I'll leave you with this quote from this book, amazing book, by the way. That life does not turn out the way it should, nor does life turn out the way it shouldn't. Life turns out the way it does. Thank you.